Y'all know the drill, everyone. It's that time of the week again. Mega Man NG here, and yeah, we're continuing with the Ace Attorney anime review. After the positive reception that I got from last week when I did the first episode, I decided, the heck with it. I'm going to be continuing this series and going to be providing my thoughts on every episode of the anime. Y'all know I'm an Ace Attorney buff, so why not? Let's do it. Today's episode is the Turnabout sisters' first trial. I think this is the anime's way of saying part 1. And I like that because many of the later cases of Ace Attorney tend to get rather long. And for the anime, it's a great opportunity to provide more character development, provide more background, introduce characters, etc. So, in this week's episode, Mia Fey is murdered. And guess who ends up being the suspect? Her sister, Maya. So, Nick decides to do whatever he can to help her, only to realize that all hope is lost. So, Phoenix decides to take it upon himself to defend Maya in court, which ends up being the stepping stone for next week's episode. I gotta admit, I really did like it. There were a lot of things I like, and the pacing for it was a lot better, unlike last week. Although, I did notice a few things that caught my attention. One example being was that regarding Mia Fey's age. In one scene, she's 28 years old when they mention how she died. One scene, she's 28. Her age is 28. And the other scene, her age is 27. I'm trying to figure out if they can't even be consistent. I just don't know for sure. There was also another funny scene where basically Mr. Wright was investigating a hotel room, hoping to find any information, and he looks around, everything's all normal, and then the woman she doesn't show up in this episode, unlike in the game, but here, she basically thinks that it was the bellboy that was there. Yeah, the woman, April May, makes an appearance, but she doesn't really make an appearance that much. It was rather funny seeing Mr. Ray find out that he's not alone, and he tried doing whatever he can to get out of there unscathed. Fortunately, he did, but that scene was just hilarious. It was just absolutely hilarious and funny. And I feel, in my opinion, it was a little bit better than what she had in the game when she just shows up, Nick asks questions, but she got nothing. Or I think they kind of scrapped that, I don't know. Anyway, this episode also introduced us to a lot of different characters. For example, like you see on the screen right there, Maya Fey. She makes her appearance in this episode, and she is the younger sister of Mia Fey. Unlike in the later games where she actually gets more development, this version of Maya is a bit kind of too innocent. She's a bit innocent, but it's just to set things up as a starting point to her character. And personally, I like the interactions Maya had with Nick. I know, I have this weird feeling that I think they're tuning it to Maya-Nick shippers. I know it. I ship it along with Nick Iris, but before Trials and Tribulations, when the first game came out, I shipped it. And in the anime, it's proof of that because you understand and you know that both of them are so similar. They're so similar in a lot of ways, and I feel it's a sign. It's a sign for what's going to happen later, so who knows? The episode also introduced us to many other characters, like, for example, Dick Gumshoe, a homicide detective who works down at the precinct who doesn't really get that much of a payday. There's also Marvin Grossberg, an old aide of Mia Fey, who for some reason wasn't that reliable, and there's a reason for that. Also, Miles Edgeworth. Yes, unlike the Miles Edgeworth we know who wishes to find the truth, who ends up getting a whole load of new allies and friends later on down the line, this is a Miles Edgeworth that is ruthless, and he was willing to do anything and everything to get a guilty verdict. You could say he is the rookie demon prosecutor, and this prosecutor is no joke. I like in Edgeworth's room, there's a lot of nods to some of the later stuff that would happen down the line, including the King of Prosecutors trophy, which begs the question, if they're going to be adapting Rise from the Ashes, and if they are going to adapt Rise from the Ashes, I'm going to wonder how they're going to pull it off. Only time will tell, but yeah, I love the little nods that they put here on that scene. Not to mention, Manfred von Karma makes an appearance in this episode. He doesn't have a speaking line, though we know he's going to end up making things very troubling for Mr. Wright down the line. Honestly, what more can I say about this episode? It was good. It was really good. It does stink that we have to wait till next week for the actual trial, but I like how the pacing for this one is a lot better than last week. A lot better. The pacing's more streamlined. We do get some flashbacks regarding the classroom trial, which I feel also serves as Phoenix's motivation for becoming a defense attorney in the first place. Though that doesn't explain fully until not only Turnabout Goodbyes, but also the first case of Trials and Tribulations, Turnabout Memories. We actually will find out, but I'm hoping the anime reaches to the third game, because if it does reach the third game, I'm going to be more excited for it because I consider the third game one of the best in the series. And yeah, that's it for this episode review. It's not much. If you want to see the episode for yourself, you can find it on Crunchyroll if you're a premium member. There will be a link in the description if you're interested in seeing it there. And yeah, I want to hear what you guys think of it. Next week, I will be reviewing the second trial, aka Part 2 of Turnabout Sisters. So see you then. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. It really does mean a lot to me. Please make sure to share this video around to any and all Ace Attorney buffs who love the anime or to anyone in anime in general. And yeah, catch you on the flip side. This is Mega Man NG, signing off. Peace out.